Hey there. Well, let me be clear about something regarding the video about the job fair. Okay, I know that I'm losing subscribers like crazy because of that video, but I'm not taking it down. Not unless, I was shown to be completely wrong about what I was saying, which is doubtful. Okay, I am really biased in the area of merit. I think merit should be it should have the utmost importance. I think if you prioritize anything other than merit, it's no longer about merit. If there are several applicants for something and they all have equal merit, they're all pretty much equal merit. I shouldn't even say pretty much, they're equal merit. Then yeah, you can use someone's demographic as a reason, to choose someone, and don't base it off of your preferences for white people, right? Okay, fine, do that. That's okay. But if they're just close to being equal, that you shouldn't be able to use their demographic. If they're close to being equal, you still should go by merit. I feel really strongly about this. I feel really strongly that employers should not be able to put on their applications a question about someone's race. White, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, Black, whatever. They shouldn't even be able to ask that question. I don't care if that would mean that we wouldn't have as many statistics. If us being colorblind, gender blind, and sexual orientation blind means that we're not going to have as many statistics available, that's fine. So what if we don't have as many statistics available? I don't think they should be able to ask those kinds of questions. Not race, not gender, not sexual orientation. We should be as blind to those things as possible. Now, that's when it comes to hiring. As far as in society, we have our own biases, and it's impossible just to ignore those elements about someone completely. But we should use our brains to make sure that we're not treating people poorly or differently based off of those biases. We need to correct against those things, right? And I'm fine with that. But with jobs, it should be purely based on merit. Housing, it should purely be based on merit. Someone's qualifications. So, I've had arguments with people for years about things like affirmative action. People say, well, how else are we going to correct these inequalities? I'm like, well, not through discrimination. I don't agree at all with Ibram X. Kendi's statements that he says that the only way to correct for past discrimination is anti-racist discrimination. Anti-racism meaning it's kind of an ideology. The only remedy for present discrimination is future discrimination. And I just disagree with that sort of thing completely. Discrimination is not the answer. Non-discrimination is the answer. Merit is the answer. I feel very strongly about it. I'm definitely biased in those areas. I'm not going to just put a rubber stamp on anything that the left does regarding these issues. Some people might consider me right-wing in those on this issue, and maybe I am. I'm right-wing on some issues, I'm left-wing on other issues. So, You can hate me if you want for believing strongly in merit, but that is my view. I'm not going to change that view unless someone brings me information that proves what I'm saying wrong. And I don't know how information could prove that kind of view wrong. Maybe you'll bring me some new perspective that somehow makes me think that merit isn't that important, but I doubt it. Just saying.